Yo, what's up guys? It's Trey360 here coming back at you for another video, and today, at the request of a viewer by the name of David Him, we are going to be going on with Haxorus, right? So, Haxorus is an amazing Pokemon in my opinion. It's actually one of my favorite dragon types. Like, don't get me wrong, Dragonite's my favorite dragon type, and Garchomp is like a close third, but Haxorus, I just really like this Pokemon. And I'm going to be using it today, but before we get into the team preview, there are a few things about Haxorus that kind of negate his usefulness, kind of, in the competitive meta of Pokemon as a whole, but more specifically in Pokemmo, because that's what we're playing. Now, all the way from Gen 1 to Gen 8, there are pseudo-legendaries, right? So a pseudo-legendary Pokemon is just any Pokemon that has a base stat total of 600, right? And this goes all the way from Gen 1 to Gen 8. Usually there's just one, but in Gen 3 there are two with Metagross and Salamence, which is why I have, you know, the best stat totals up at top so you know where they are. But for Gen 5, Haxorus was, and is actually, the pseudo-legendary Pokemon. It's the one with the base stat total of 600 rather than Haxorus, which has a close 540. Now, because of that, right, Haxorus kind of falls by the wayside a lot in the competitive meta because you have all these other dragon types that have a whole 60 other IVs that just kind of outrank Haxorus. Even though it has a monstrous attack stat of 137, which is higher than Garchomp, it's higher than Dragonite and higher than even Salamence. Like, it's ridiculous, right? But because it's missing those 60 IVs, its defenses suffer compared to the other the pseudo-legendaries rather than the other, because it's not a pseudo-legendary. And also its HP stat, and insult to injury is that Haxorus is 1 point slower than Hydreigon, right? So when you look at it from that perspective, it's kind of hard to justify using Haxorus over any of these other dragon type Pokemon, and even Kingdra, like once you start getting it in the rain and stuff with Swift Swim, as we saw in another video, which I will have linked up in the top right. Now, hopping into team preview here, we're going to talk about Haxorus itself, right? So to kind of vindicate this problem, I've given my Haxorus a choice scarf, and it has a beneficial speed nature. So with an investment of 56 speed EVs, and with the IV that I got because I actually had to breed it myself, this Haxorus will be outspeeding even Jolteon, which, as you probably know, is faster than Garchomp, Hydreigon, and everything on this tab. Like, it's just faster than all of it, right? And with Earthquake, it's going to be taking out Choice Specs Jolteon, and it's going to be taking out Life Orb Jolteon, and it's going to be faster, and that's something that they may not expect. So I can get the jump on a lot of mons that would be faster than Hydreigon, including Garchomp, Hydreigon, Salamence, and Dragonite. With this naturally just monstrous attack stat and 393 like just stat total once you invest into its attack stat, it's going to be like just knocking everything out with Dragon Claw, Earthquake, Superpower on ice types, especially Cloyster if it wants to Shell Smash in front of me, which would be dumb. And if they decide to use Thunder Wave or Will-O-Wisp, Facade is actually going to get doubled in power, so Hydreigon won't be completely useless, right? Now, or I said Hydreigon, I meant Haxorus. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is Rivalry. Now, this is going to take a little bit longer to talk about, so if you'll just bear with me, we're going to go probably way over 5 minutes here for the preview. But with Rivalry, right, attacks do 25% more damage on Pokemon of the same gender. However, they do only 75% damage on Pokemon of the opposite gender. So normally, on Pokemon Showdown, you wouldn't use Rivalry because usually the genders are like randomized, so like you could just be hitting Pokemon for a lot less, and it has no effect on genderless Pokemon, right? In Pokemmo, because of the way that breeding works, it consumes both the parents. So if I have, let's say, Haxorus and Garchomp here, and Haxorus has it's a female Haxorus, right? And it has like 15 IVs in attack, and it's a male Garchomp with, let's say, that's not how that's supposed to work, 31 IVs in attack, right? I could get 31, I could get 15, or something in between, but if I get 15 attack IVs, then the Axew that's going to be coming from that Haxorus, because the offspring's species takes after the mother, not the father, never the father, just the mother, Haxorus is going to be screwed. So if I don't spend the extra, like what, 5k Pokedollars that Pokemmo allows you to spend to guarantee the gender of the Pokemon, I could just be losing a competitive Pokemon, because I will lose the parents when I breed in Pokemmo, right? So usually people guarantee that the offspring is a female, that way you can keep breeding for more Axew in a larger breeding pool, rather than having to rely on other Haxorus and Ditto, because you've been locked out of other egg groups if you want to keep the same species of Pokemon, right? And so because of that, in the competitive scene, there's a lot of female Pokemon. So Rivalry is actually a useful ability, because on average, I mean, I'd say around 70 to 80% of the Pokemon that you're going to see are going to be female. So if you have a female Haxorus, you're going to be doing 25% more damage to those Pokemon just right off the jump, you know? That said, Mold Breaker is also a very useful ability, and I'm not sure which one my Haxorus actually has, because I may have given an ability pill, but I may not have. I don't know. I don't really remember, because I'm kind of, my brain's kind of on the back burner as the weekend comes to a close. So with the Mold Breaker, it's still a useful ability though, because Earthquake can hit Gengar, and it can take Gengar out, because usually they don't run Focus Sash, they run Life Orb or Choice Specs or something like that. It can even take out Rotom Wash, because Rotom Wash doesn't have its one weakness that it gets from its electric typing, which is ground, because it has Levitate. Mold Breaker says, I don't care, and Haxorus can take out Rotom Wash. So no matter what ability we have, I think it's rivalry, but no matter what ability we have, it doesn't really matter. For the rest of these Pokemon, you've kind of seen them all before. It's the same Rotom set, same Volcarona set, same Ferrothorn set, and same Umbreon set that I always use. However, this Gyarados is new. This Gyarados, I've just made it like a speedy physical attacker with Dragon Dance, so I can boost up and just take people out. Also has Intimidate, so naturally, if they're a physical attacker who could one-shot Gyarados, it's going to turn into a two-shot, so I get the Dragon Dance off, and then I can start, you know, my sweep, right? But this is going to be centered around Haxorus. And now, we're going to look at the team breakdown here. The only real weakness that we have that goes uncovered is Rock, and the reason that is because we have Volcarona and we have Gyarados, but if they throw out a Rock Ground type, then Gyarados can more than handle it with its Expert Belt. Volcarona also has an Expert Belt with Giga Drain, so we have outs for it, and Umbreon can just take almost any attack that you throw at it, unboosted of course, and that's going to give us a relatively superior rating. And so, with all that said, without further ado, we're just going to be jumping right into the battle. Alright, so we finally got one. Alright. So, ooh, hold on. Haxorus might actually be able to do something. If I had Mold Breaker, oh no. I should have ran Mold Breaker, I'm an idiot. Look at what I've done. Mold Breaker doesn't go through sturdy, does it? No. Alright, so for this team, I imagine they're going to start with Rampardos, but they may try to trick me with like a Gengar lead. I am going to go ahead and start with Rotom Wash. Yeah, there's Rampardos. So the good thing about this is that I can throw out a burn right now and basically get whatever comes in. I'm not sure if he'd want to keep Rampardos in. Yeah, because that thing can actually do a lot of damage. And now Garchomp is immediately burned, which is beautiful. And it's not like I have to worry about Earthquake hitting me since I have Levitate. So I really could just throw out a Hydro Pump here. Although, with those leftovers, it makes me think that he's kind of more of a bulky Garchomp. It's going to be interesting to see, but I'm not going to switch in... oh, Hone Claws. I see. Oh, Dragon Rush Hone Claws. I see what you're doing. Hey, Rotom, you can't be missing those, alright? I can't throw in Haxorus yet. Because if he goes for a Dragon Claw or a Dragon Rush, then I'm just kind of screwed. With 2 Home Claws, though, he actually is at a greater attack stat than he was when he first came in, even without the burn. But the burn is going to nullify his leftovers, so I don't really have to worry that much. One more Hydro Pump and he's out of here, and I don't think he can take me out with 1 hit. Here comes the Dragon Rush. Yeah, I live. So as long as you hit, we're good. Let's go, Rotom. Let's go. Putting in the work. Alright, so now that Garchomp's out, Haxorus can kind of do a lot of damage. I imagine that Alakazam is going to be a Focus Sash, so I'm not actually going to leave him in. Energy Ball Alakazam, probably. I could keep Rotom Wash alive. I'm going to go for the Pain Split here. Shadow Ball comes out. It's probably going to take me out, especially if he's Life Orb. Yeah, I'm gone. Let's see if he's Life Orb. Yes, sir. Okay. So, now I can throw in Haxorus. If I had Mold Breaker, this would be perfect. I have Mold Breaker. Oh boy. This is perfect. So Choice Scarf Haxorus with the Mold Breaker coming in. I thought I had Rivalry. Because every Pokemon is like female here. But we're going for the Earthquake here. And there it goes. Mold Breaker Haxorus. There we go. That's the clip. That's the play. That's what we wanted. Levitate is not going to work on Haxorus. And since it has Choice Scarf, right? Since it has Choice Scarf, I'm faster. So you're gone. You're just gone. Let's go. Alright, so Gyarados is going to come in. So Earthquake won't work again. I'm going to go ahead and throw in Ferrothorn. Because that's the whole reason Ferrothorn is here for Gyarados. So if this thing Dragon Dances, Gyro Ball is going to be doing more damage, and I can Curse Up. Yes, sir. So it does have Earthquake. I do have to be wary of that. But this is where I wish I kind of had Electivire instead of Rotom Wash. Because then this thing would not be a threat at all. I'm going to go for the Curse here. As he goes for another Dragon Dance, he's going to raise his attack. I raise my defense. And so basically, I just want to live everything that this Gyarados can throw at me. If it has Earthquake, that'll be kind of a problem. Since he saw that, he's probably not going to go for another Dragon Dance. I'm going to go for the Gyro Ball here. Yeah, that did not very much. Let's see how much this Gyro Ball is doing with my attack boosted and with his speed boosted. That's quite a bit. That is quite a bit. So, I kind of wish I had Scizor. But this will be fine. I'm going for another Gyro Ball here. Because really, all I have to do is throw out my own Gyarados. Because Intimidate's going to drop the attack. And so even if Ferrothorn dies here, it'll be perfectly fine. Because he can't take me out. So we're going to sack Ferrothorn here. And we're going to throw in our own Gyarados. Or I could throw in... No, Haxorus won't be faster. Not with 2. Dragon Dances up. But I'm going to throw in my own Gyarados here. Intimidate's going to drop the attack. He can't really take me out, but I can take him out. And that's the scary thing. So I'm going to go for the Ice Fang here, as he also goes for an Ice Fang. Does a lot of damage, doesn't take me out. My Gyarados is alive. And so now I could sack Gyarados, but instead I want to get Gyarados in on Conkeldurr. So I can get one Dragon Dance up. Alakazam's gonna come out. This thing might be Choice Scarf. If Rampardos is Choice Scarfed, we could have a lot of problems on our hands. So I'm gonna throw on Volcarona here. As he goes in for the Side Shock. I could have thrown in Umbreon, and I did think about it. But I also worried that he might have Focus Blast. But now I'm just worried that Volcarona is gonna die for no reason. So Umbreon comes in. Because if Rampardos is Choice Scarf, then I'm already in trouble. But seeing how much damage that does, he might be Choice Specs. He's Choice Specs. So I'm going to Foul Play this Conkeldurr. It's not going to do a ton of damage, probably like 30%, but it's going to be damaged nonetheless. So Conkeldurr's burnt, but that's kind of a problem, so I'm going to throw in Gyarados. 1, to lower its attack, and 2, because unless it goes for a Thunder Punch on a prediction, it's not going to take me out. A Mach Punch. Alright. Not very effective. Now here's the thing. I'm going to go for a Waterfall here, because he's probably going for another Mach Punch. I'm not sure if that's actually going to take me out, though. It does. Rip. Well, this is fine. As long as Haxorus is faster, as long as Haxorus is faster than Alakazam and Rampardos, we're okay. But I need this thing to go down, so I'm gonna go for the Flamethrower here. I don't think Mach Punch will kill me with an Intimidate drop, and this thing is definitely going down to a Flamethrower. So this is gonna be a very, very close match. This is a perfect time for me to see if his Rampardos is Choice Scarf, because if it is, I mean, I'd imagine it come in now. Alakazam's gonna come in. And here's the thing, I know that he's gonna be locked into a move, so I'm actually gonna sack Volcarona here. Probably against my better judgment. Going for a Hidden Power, let's see what we got. Okay, so it was neutral damage, which means that it's not... Let's see, what could it be? He's locked into Hidden Power. It was neutral damage on Volcarona. I wonder if he has Hidden Power... See, fighting types do not very effective damage against bug types, if I recall correctly. I'm gonna throw an Umbreon. This may be a massive mistake, but really, I believe in Haxorus. I believe in Haxorus. I'm going for the foul play here. If he switches, that's going to be terrible, because Rampardos has an amazing attack stat. Yeah, this is going to hurt. This is definitely going to hurt. And he's down. Rampardos is just like that, down. So now, the only thing left is Alakazam. So, if he knows Focus Blast, right? If he knows Focus Blast, then Umbreon's kind of dead here with Choice Specs. Oh, he forfeited. Alright, so that's the battle. Here we go. How did I do, Getsis? How did I do? Are you proud of me? I know you're kind of mad about what happened in the story mode, but honestly, you were tripping. But yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, then make sure to leave a like. Helps signal boost the video so other people can see it. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see more of my content. And also share it with your friends who you think might like this video. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I hope that you have a fantastic week. And until next time, I'll see you later.